I'm Anna.
I'm Ben.
AutoSave, welcome to our channel.
To Solo Leveling Season 2, Episode 8. Do magic beasts feel fear?
What a great question to
I
be
think
asking.
that they do. I think they also have a little bit of jealousy in their feelings of how fucking cool Jinwoo looks with his cloak.
I would be jealous too, especially if he was like about to kill me in his awesome cloak.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm jealous that he gets to keep living.
Yeah, exactly. You get it.
Do you think that the person we're up against at the end of last episode is the elf girl from the intro?
No, I feel like this squad is just a squad of maybe many. And
okay,
we will
that's
be
fair.
interacting with more kind of demon knights like this.
All right.
Yeah.
You ready? Sweet. The armor looks so similar! Oh, she's beautiful.
They can surrender? I don't know if that's a part of the, I don't know if that's a part of the programming.
Yeah. Why though? Why would this be different?
Because they feel fear? Probably on orders.
Oh.
What a personality.
Right? Oh my god.
Family.
That's good. Do we trust her? Holy shit. Whew. I don't think we're gonna try anything again.
Oh.
Well, it seems like he got through the hunters on patrol. Protect the place you're in. What?
The demon realm. What the fuck? Like trapping things from other realms?
There we go. War.
The permitted amount of information has been exceeded.
So this conversation is terminated. The permitted amount of information? Why do you permit any information? It's so interesting.
Oh.
1 B rank too.
You needed that A rank. One of these. How'd it get here?
Yeah, you gotta act as quick as possible. Woo!
Are we carrying her? Aww.
That's a cool castle. Oh, what a shot!
なかなか鋭いじゃん。
魂我が城を落としに来たのだな。生かしたカさん。
待ってください。
俺はこいつと約束した。もらえれば危害は加えないと。
メトスが倒されたとは聞いていたが、我々が勝てようはずもないか。
Entry permit.
確かに受け取った。
要件は済んだはずだ。ここに立ち去れ。
それともう一つ。
A seal. Yes!
この子を借りていく。
Yes! Haha!
道案内を頼みたいんだ。各界の許可証のありかを知っている。
娘の身の安全は
I mean, I would trust him with her safety.
承知した。
A not dead companion? How lucky are we? Oh.
She's into it.
Don't tell Cha.
Everyone be blushing around him. I get it.
I'd be blushing around him.
ギルドマスター。
イグリッドもタンクもレベルが上がって昇級した。
Elite Knight rank.
S 級と A 級ぐらい。
Oh!
充実してきた。
これでまた交渉用にと持ってきた贈答品が無駄になってしまいました。
このまま持って帰ればいいさ。
そうはいきません。1階から上は広域族が管理しています。話し合いを通して許可証をもらった方が。
もし
We
俺が
brought stuff to
お前たちを
negotiate.
話し合いに応じたか。
That's a good
そう
question.
いうもんだ。悪魔の貴族同士で序列争いをしてきたんだろう。ラディース一族の序列を1位にしてやるよ。
Wow.
ヒーロですどうしてうちの一族を生かしておいてくださったんですか。
お前のことが気に入ったから。ジンホにエシル、ネジが一本抜けてるような。帰っていいぞ。気が強くなるんだろう。親父さんとの約束もある。教えてもらえれば。あとは自分でどうにかする。
そんなに役に立てませんか。
そんなんじゃないよ。ありがとう。
私最後までお供します。ジヌ様が何を成し遂げる。
Surgeon Wu.
なら行くぞ。はい。90回から難易度は一気に上がる。
Ooh.
土才を守るモンスターの強さも
I'm glad she's hiding.
Seeing, oh my god. It's quite literally on a different level.
一歩ずつフロアを踏破していった。命の浸水の素材を手に入れる。そのために。縦に第4次ジェジュ島レイドへの
Will Jinwoo be back in time for the island raid?
僕たち以外にも白虎ギルドのベク社長、スキューハンター全員に声がかかっているそうです。
ということはその
Yeah.
ハンターにも。
Applies
し
to
かも
him.
今回は隣国との共同作戦が正式に
日本ですか。
はい
レイド決行日は。
調整中です。作戦内容を協議するため、今日にでも超大型ギルドのハンターがこちらへ。
Gotcha. That's what we saw.
Okay. Get to meet new hunters.
でも誰もいます。
What the fuck?
I mean, she sensed it like maybe before he even did. Oh, it's cool.
あれが悪魔たちの君主。バラン。
Oh my god.
We have to keep him.
I don't know if
Not like alive,
we
but
could
keep him
extract
dead.
him.
なのに勝てるのか。
先に身がそがれそう。
飛ばれると厄介だな。
Oh, shit!
相当な数だな。
どうしたらいいの。ジヌ様。
分かってる。
Amazing.
すごい。ジヌ様ってこんな戦い方もできたの。だけどあのお方はジヌ様は侵略者でしかない。排除すべき対象。どっちにつけばいいの。
What did he do? What is happening?
Oh!
Oh!
It's like Draco Meteor.
Saved. Saved, saved, saved.
Look at that cloak. Look at that
Oh.
fucking cloak.
ただの稲妻じゃない。スタン効果付きの広範囲攻撃。あれを食らい続ければすぐにでもマナが底をつく。
What do you do?
そうなる前に。
Oh! Stealth on, dash on. Oh!
dagger. Flip the wings.
Oh!
が見破られた。汗、追いつかれる。キバ、イガリット。
Like combating. Oh my god. Coming crashing down. Get on my level. Does this make it a more equal fight?
てると首が痛いから助かるよ。
His neck probably hurt.
バッケンギルド所属の羽川と
The Drawn Sword Guild.
こちらはギルドマスターの通訳の私がお話しいたします。
ケンギルド S 級ハンター11名
11 S ranks.
その規模はアジアナンバー2とも言われている、それを束ねるギルドマスターの後藤隆
I
二
bet he's
さ
impressive.
どりただならぬオーラを感じさせる。
作戦と連合攻撃隊の提案を受けいただきありがとうございます。今回駆除した羽アリの解剖結果から今回の作戦に関する重要な事柄は2つ。1つは寿命。アリは孵化直後から急速に成長しますが、その寿命は1年程度。
Okay.
大アリさえ倒せば残党は
It's only a matter of
一年後
time.
に自然消滅するというわけです。アリの行動パターン。過去3度あったレードの戦闘記録から強い魔力の方へと引き寄せられることが判明しました。その性質を逆手に取った作戦立案となります。
兆候は察知していた。しかしここまで詳細に分析してくると
その作戦に際して
我がバッケンギルドからは11人の S 級ハンターのうち含めた10人を参加させます。
11人中10名
がアリをおびき寄せます。その隙にそちらの部隊でアリを倒してください。
Oh, that was so cool.
Yeah, the translation happening like that.
平等というだけならば問題ありません。最も高い成功確率を出す。
I'm worried.
Yeah, me too.
確
To
かに
lose
こちらから
10
出せる
S ranks
S 級ハンター
possibly?
は10名に満たないならばわかりました。方針で細かい作戦内容を協議しましょう。
ポーションのマナを回復する暇がない。
Jesus Christ.
急所敵が防がれた。
Oh!
Oh!
Oh! I don't like that sound. Yes! We're all going for him at once.
Oh!
マナが尽きたか。
Shoot. Look at him with
God,
two
they
daggers
look
too.
so cool. I love a fight in the rain. Woo!
The music.
Oh my god!
Rain was a good choice. Who should
Whose
she
side?
side with? Okay, okay.
Ruler's hand! Oh my god!
What a way to use Ruler's hand!
Holy shit! Oh!
Oh, the head's gone! Still, I think your family's on top
Required
of
Baron Soul.
on top of the hierarchy now.
That was kind of reminiscent of season 1. How hard that fight was.
イスケが序列1位だと。
ラディースじゃなくてラディールです。
That's okay. Just be glad he knows your name and has said it perfectly. Imagine how cold it would have been if he was like, actually, I'm gonna change your name even though you're not dead.
Oh my god, Hannah. Okay, that was Solo Leveling Season 2, Episode 8. I like Essel. I hope that she stays within the story. I hope she stays alive, and I hope she stays well.
I think one of my questions in regards to that is, we obviously say that we're gonna, her family is now in charge of this realm.
Yeah, the Radisu
hierarchy.
family.
Yeah, definitely. That, what he just said. Not the Radiru family or anything like that. But I wonder if we're having her kind of maybe return home, tell your dad, what has happened here. Is there really no chance that we're gonna take her out of here? Because as a viewer, I would really love to see the possibility of her leaving here and coming with us.
The idea of a room filled with Jinwoo, Jinho, and Essel is too powerful to exist, I fear. Like, the idea of having Jinwoo with 2 screws loose in his hand that he's able to function around, I would feel like is too impossible to happen. I want it to happen, though.
What are you leaving her to, though, if everyone else is dead except her family? Like, I feel like there's a life for her outside if he takes her with him.
Well, there's a life for her back where she's originally from.
Well,
this
yes,
isn't
okay.
even her home, and it depends on who else, like, what type of sentience or cognizance the people or the creatures around us have, right? The idea that, like, she's a demon and she has, like, elf-like features. I kept calling her an elf because stupid, but, like, pointy ears, right? The idea of the more human-looking monsters seemingly have a little bit more intelligence or capabilities, and I wonder if that is because they were the ones who were directly plucked from another world.
I feel like all of them were plucked from a different world. I feel like every monster that we've encountered within a gate was plucked from their own realm. I don't even think they were all necessarily from the same realm. If there's a demon realm, then maybe there's a freaking ant realm or insect realm or something, you know what I mean? I feel like the monsters that are found within the same gates probably come from the same realm as the other monsters within that gate, but I think that what I'm seeing is a bunch of different realms, and what I'm hearing about catastrophes and wars is that there is something coming up that is the destroyer of realms.
Yeah.
Like, I almost feel like what is happening here, and bear with me for a second a little bit with it, I almost feel like there is something, catastrophe, obviously, because Ilhuan kind of brings it up for us. Something was going to destroy everything across realms, our realm, the demon realm, everything. And the humans would have had little to no fighting chance. Why? Because we didn't have magic. We didn't have hunters. We didn't have anything of the sort. And so someone figured out a way to introduce those magical elements to the human realm, to our realm. And we are now fighting up the ranks to power ourselves up to be the ones that can survive.
Interesting. So the idea that, like, the demon realm, they were, getting all of their forces together because if they didn't, they stood no chance against this threat. That being an idea of, like, okay, that might be how humankind would have looked against that inevitable threat, but because of this interference, maybe, or the system, this is like somebody who's able to move pieces, significant pieces, in hopes that we're preparing the human race to be able to inevitably actually defeat this great catastrophe.
Like, we're being trained, if you will. The humans are being not only given the ability to use these powers and have that be a part of their world now, obviously with consequences, like the eternal sleep disease, but other than that, we get great powers and we can fight, and we're being given the gates as training to kind of continue that awakening of powers within people, and also give someone like a player a really good training ground to actually be able to get stronger, maybe enough that if we unite humankind, like the demon kind was going to unite to fight whatever this threat was for their war, we will have a fighting chance and we will win. That is what I'm currently envisioning. And I like that idea also because it reminds me of, think about, this is kind of the opposite of what Jinwoo is, who if there's like this person who did this and created this scenario, he's like the opposite of Jinwoo because he's not a necromancer. His summoning is things that are alive and not dead. He's summoning these live creatures and monsters and demons from these other worlds to kind of put forward for Jinwoo to fight
This
with
is
his
fun.
dead army.
On your like yarn and thumbtack board, where does the idea that there's a permitted amount of information lay? Like, would it then within that yarn and thumbtack board be like, oh, a breadcrumb for somebody like Jinwoo to grab onto to be able to see what the situation is, and the idea that like you wouldn't necessarily need to allow one of a creature you're in control with to be able to converse amount to reveal the information that you were plucked out of the realm that you were supposed to be in.
Yeah,
and
she doesn't
transported
have
here.
to be allowed to even say what she has said.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the point of not cluing someone in to more details? If we're going with a theory or scenario where Jinwoo is, as a player, being trained to get stronger and being put in a position where he could put up an actual fight against whatever possible foe is at the end of the tunnel for this story, then why would you not want to give that person all of the information? Is it because if you think that you give them all of the information, they're gonna hightail it out of here and be like, I can't deal with that?
Or you have ulterior motives? I don't know. I'm hopping on your theory train this episode. Yeah. So going with that idea, right? You could even play with the thought that the eternal sleep disease was intentional, like by the nature of it, because if you include the internal sleep disease within that world and within the human world, you're also offering an incentive to make a chosen one stand up, which is the elixir of life, right? So if you introduce the eternal sleep disease, it would breed an opportunity for an individual to pave a path to the elixir of life, which would take an incredible amount of skill and therefore training along the way, which is, I'm trying to add to your yarn.
I like that, obviously, but it seems like it's so much more purposeful, like it's planted for Jinwoo specifically, the elixir of life. Obviously, a lot of people would probably desire to obtain it, but it doesn't seem like it's something that would take someone all the way to the end, toward wherever you're trying to lead them to. So I feel like the eternal sleep disease is probably just, as it is painted, the caveat of now magic is within our world.
Yeah.
And what would actually happen if that were the case is that I think as Jinho's father said, I think last episode, am I being culled? Like, is that what's going to happen? And I think that maybe this, obviously the keys were given to him and this demon castle mission was given to him as the player. Therefore, you can think it was kind of curated for him. Like the elixir of life was like, oh, we're watching Jinwoo and we're like, he might want this. Let's give him this so that he'll train to this extent,
I like it.
Defeat all the demons.
I liked seeing Japan's Guildmaster Goto a little bit. And I think that the idea of just more information, the 11 S ranks, really cool. Our plan that I'm sure we're going to talk about, pretty cool. But it's something that stood out to both of us. It was really interesting seeing the translator and him talking at the same time. I really appreciated that for some reason.
I think it helped the pacing, obviously, but just you introduce it. You have her actually kind of translate for him at the beginning, and then you transition to him speaking and her moving her mouth next to him. I thought it was a really kind of smart choice to make for the pacing. Like, I imagine if this was a comic or a manga first, you're not gonna want to have speech bubbles of her. Are you gonna have speech bubbles of her talking in one language and then him talking in another? I don't know how you would actually do it, but I feel like for the sake of getting to the point of what is actually being said, this was a very smart decision.
I also they could have just had Hanekawa talking here, but I think that was her name. But they didn't. I like that they switched it up.
It helps us get to know him more because now we're getting to hear him speak, and I like that.
So the idea that the ants are drawn to power, it breeds the opportunity for Japan to come in and create an opening. They are going to cause a distraction, if I understand it right. And while they're causing a distraction and getting all of the ants focused on them, it is our job to go take out the queen. I am hopeful that this is like a well thought out plan, that we're leaving it to us to take out the queen, and hopefully Jinwoo can be involved there. But it's also, Japan seems to have a fuck ton of intel. I wonder what motivated them to be the ones to want to draw out the ants. Is it because of the assumed reality that you would have more S ranks, therefore might as well, because you're already in the situation that you have the power at hand, it's going to be drawn to you anyway, why not lean into it?
You would think you'd get the most glory from being the one that actually went and slayed the queen, but I think they might be thinking of it as, aren't you really showing your strength that the whole world knows you have? If you're like, we're so strong that we can lead all of the ants away from the queen and still give you time to be able to defeat the queen. I think you're really showing your strength while also showing a level of respect, even if you have more S ranks than maybe someone else is able to field. I think it looks good, like a PR kind of move, if you will.
That's fair.
I do think that it could end in failure. I don't know why it does not feel good. Like, I'm hearing that they're super impressive. The Drawn Sword Guild has these 11 S ranks. They're so amazing. They're probably world renowned.
We've used AI simulations. It seems like the best thing, the best outcome.
Oh, what an amazing breakdown. He's like, wow, they really broke this down. We knew a lot of this, but like the breakdown's amazing. You know, we're really setting it up to be impressive, but only 10 of the 11 are going to be there. Not that is what gives me pause or worry, but I think I just feel pause and worry in general, because what was it? One ant was defeated by an A rank?
Yeah. That
Eek.
Scaling is genuinely terrifying. Like, that was kind of what I was wondering, because, okay, we get to see the ant approaching this island, approaching hunters on patrol. That was the benchmark, right? Okay, C rank hunters, maybe 5 of them. If we can take one down, that's fine. We'll be grounded. No, fuck that. It killed a B rank too. We needed an A rank to kill it. That is terrifying grounds. I hope Johi is safe and never leaves the house.
Johi, never leave the house. I agree with that. I hope everyone doesn't leave the house. Except for the hunters that are seemingly probably above. I mean, I'm sure if you have some B ranks backing the S and A ranks up, that's probably exceedingly helpful. So maybe no one below that exit the house.
I'm excited to see Cha be part of it. It's so interesting because it's so easy to try to connect everything that's going along with the whole player narrative and the idea that we have a race and a specific family being taken from their realm, and the whole Jeju Island incident, and trying to bridge them narratively. But I could also imagine them being completely separate, you know, and us getting the Jeju Island thing out of the way and then continuing on with the player aspect of things.
You know what we should do? Now that we're learning there are these realms, and we might be able to bring Esil with us, what if we figure out what the natural enemy of the ants is from their realm, and we get some of those monsters and we just put them on Jeju Island?
Look at you.
There we go. I might have solved it so that no one dies.
I wonder, what do you think the immediate outcome, or I guess what's going to happen next with Esil? Like,
well, it's obviously from that viewer perspective of I was enjoying the fact that he was relating her to Jinho and how he likes the people with the screws loose and works well with them. And obviously, I love when a character is like, oh my god, he's so cool. I have little blush lines when he's like doing his cool stuff and he's protecting me with his cloak when I'm wondering whose side I should be on.
She's like, yeah, no, you can trust me for sure. No, thank you so much for sparing my life. I'm gonna immediately try to kill you. Yeah. And then, oh shit, that didn't work. Okay, yeah, please. And then she's being carried right after that. I love it.
I think she's gonna return to her father, tell her dad, like, hey, this very empty place that we're in now, you're now the king of it. Congrats, I am gonna leave home now. The dad was more angry at the thought that Jinwoo was taking his daughter in like a romantic way.
I cannot imagine going up to a father and being able to talk and act with such confidence and have no regret, have no doubt about it. You could even convince me that
oblivious.
Jinwoo doesn't even know what he's doing, but he does know what he's doing.
No, he doesn't. He knows nothing. He doesn't even notice when people are blushing at him. The moment that someone confesses their love after traveling with him for 10 plus years, he's still gonna be shocked.
No.
Maybe not. Maybe not 10 plus years. But I feel like it'd be cool to have some maybe competition for Cha, you know?
Yeah.
Get her jealous because she felt like the last time she really interacted with him, which they didn't really interact, he just kind of walked by her, she was really embarrassed because she had that pickaxe in her hand.
See,
so...
maybe if you kept the pickaxe, if you're Miss Cha, you would be perceived as having a screw loose, and therefore
he
closer
would
to
love
Jinwoo.
you. Oh, she's gonna learn how to get what the in is, you
Mhm.
know? And obviously, I think we could protect Essel well in our home because we have a bunch of bodyguards set up already for our sister. So I think that that's what's gonna happen, is we're gonna bring her home and have Jinna's, feelings about
I don't
the
think we'd
matter.
be able to. I think that because she is being controlled by the system
even
at
be
this
allowed to
point,
leave?
I don't think she'd be able to. I think that she is still under a command, under a control, under
Which was to stay in this
a
area. and
program,
protect this
which
area.
is to operate within these circumstances and protect this land. And I think because of that, that is what she's locked into.
Mm.
And that's why, like, earlier in the discussion, narratively, I'm bringing up, like, what's going to happen, where are we going to go with her? Because I almost feel like we're only going to be able to interact with her within this realm.
But I feel like since Jinwoo's the player, it's obvious that there are things being set up to benefit him. So I feel like they would let him keep a souvenir. You know what I mean? Like they would let...
Is she the souvenir?
Yes. If this demon girl is like, actually, I want to help fight for you humans, I think that the game master, whoever's in charge, would be like, this is kind of an interesting development. I kind of want to see how this plays out.
I don't know. It depends. Like, are you imagining that he is actively watching and making decisions, or is everything running autonomously because of the program script already being clicked? You know?
Because of the elixir of life being introduced as an option for Jinwoo, it makes me think that things are being curated and purposefully placed for him, and not just kind of some AI or autonomous.
See, this is what I was
program.
saying earlier, right? Like, the idea that it could be placed for Jinwoo doesn't necessarily mean it had to be Jinwoo. Like, the idea of the elixir of life being placed breeds an opportunity for Jinwoo specifically to be there in his circumstance. But there could potentially be so many other anonymous people that you have... It's like a job search, you know? Like, you are putting, like, a job out, like a request out there to be met, almost, within that idea.
Like, someone could have set this up and just hoped, like, somewhere down the line the world will be saved if things go down this path.
Like, Excalibur exists. You need to draw it from this stone. If you draw it from this stone, your mom won't be dead anymore. People are going to try to
Everyone
draw
wins.
that from the stone. You know what I mean?
I get you. A lot of people would want the elixir of life. It doesn't
And a
have
lot
to
of people
be-
are going to fail, but the one person who succeeds, that's going to be the person that you're going to need, or going to be the person that you're going to use. Because I haven't shelved the idea that this is for an ulterior motive and it's its own setup by somebody else, but I don't know. I have no idea. There's so many different ways that it could go.
I like when things are complex in terms of, like, they're not black and white in terms of, like, the morality or the ethics of it all. Like, I feel like there could be a grand goal here, like the theory I was painting of trying to prepare the humans for some inevitable war or catastrophe, but that doesn't mean the means to get the humans there are morally and ethically sound. And I like a complexity like that, so that's, I guess, why I kind of maybe hope that it might be that, or I'm excited by the idea that it might be that. But another point to why Essel should leave is that how cool would it be to write what the reactions would be like if a talking and walking kind monster is walking around and meeting the other hunters and they decide how they feel about her. Obviously, I don't think everyone's going to be like, yeah, I'm totally going to be her friend.
I don't think
but...
it's the appropriate time for that.
Which is the more reason why it would be fun to write it. I feel like it could be difficult and fun to write, especially right now when everyone's like a little feeling intense feelings and fear and Choi is like really excited to kill a bunch of ants. Like everyone's really revved up and ready for what seems like to be what they view as a war.
Mm-hmm.
I think a bigger war is coming though.
Yeah. Catastrophe. We had 2 rank ups this episode, specifically from Tank and Igris, from Night Rank to Elite Night Rank, and then Elite Rank to Night Rank, which was very impressive, specifically for Igris. And did you notice that Barca got a name drop this episode?
I did.
We haven't forgotten
We
him.
learned from
And
him.
he's given us an example of that intelligence and of that being able to like push the barrier of what we're allowed to say.
Does it hurt more? Obviously, I don't know if Jinwoo is gonna have these thoughts, but if you think about things, I had been thinking about things like more like a computer program, like NPCs, something that's been programmed to fight, and not actual monsters that have been taken from their homes in their own realm and from their families and just dropped here in these gates to fight and do these directives. It definitely. I'm like, oh, Barca was just a guy. He was just an elf with his other kind of really mean elves, that were like, really threatening elves, but they were a family. And now I feel even more bad about them dying.
I just feel bad about us not getting him.
Yeah,
God,
that's upsetting too.
He would perform.
He would perform. I think it would have been fun if he was alive to do that, though.
No, then he doesn't look as cool. I mean, like, look at how fucking cool Igris looks.
Okay,
look at how cool
Igris-
Tank looks.
They do look really cool. And I am, as you had brought up, we kind of like the upgrades into Elite Knight. Obviously from Kargalgan, we even were like, oh wait, we can get Elite Knight. So it's nice to kind of see that come back into play in this episode, that Igris is allowed to be an Elite Knight now. Very impressive title.
Yeah.
And we needed everyone for this battle in this episode. It was very epic and very scary, and I did not think we were gonna win at some points in it.
Seriously.
At some points in it, I was like, something has got to give. Something has got to happen here. Because things are not looking good. We don't have time to be drinking potions right now. We can't sit idle. We can't let our army do the fighting for us. At one point, it's like all of his main members of his army were helping him. And I was like, I don't see what's going to be able to happen here.
It took everything we had and more. We needed that distraction of the sword being thrown in to be able to get the opening that we did. It was kind of reminiscent of season 1, like how boundary pushing Jinwoo needed to go, how he needed to exhaust all of his limits, all of his stamina, all of the points that we have put and distributed into all of our stats.
We put all of our strength into, we used all of our strength and then did Ruler's Hand in a way that I did not expect.
I fucking love Ruler's Hand,
arms got
bro.
ripped off. And then obviously, earlier on in the fight, we have Isil be like, okay, whose side should I be on? And during the actual fight, when it was literally just Jinwoo and this Baron, I think his name was, left last, I was like, well, it's not like she can really do anything to be helpful.
Create a distraction, though.
But she created
she made a choice.
Like
yeah.
Jeju Island. Okay, that's our plan for Jeju Island, and that's what she did. She created a distraction
bridge.
over here so that we could then go kill the king.
Yeah, or the queen.
I used king here because he's the
Baron,
king, but
that's fair.
Yes.
I liked the punch into his jaw, but and that was extraordinary, and the explosion was great. I wanted to pull up one of my favorite sequences in the episode, though, because it wasn't that, even though that was fantastic. So before that happens, and he starts running up, he uses stealth here, I think. Yeah. Now we use dash. Now, what I love about this coming up, I just love the interaction of the UI. It's such an interesting perspective to draw it from, right here. I love it. When we're taking our dagger out of our inventory while running up, I love the perspective of the UI and the effect of lightning and almost like air being moved from the dagger spawning.
Yeah.
And it being like gravity, right? We're running up a side of a building and then spawning it so it's going to fall down towards us and we're going to catch it. I love it so much.
Me too. I think there were a lot of parts of this battle that were impressive, and definitely parts of them that I was like, oh my god, okay, this opponent can do some really scary stuff.
Yeah.
I kind of felt at some points like I was playing Fire Emblem.
You often feel that way.
I do. That's often because I'm often playing Fire Emblem. Therefore, I find things in my day-to-day life because of that.
Mm-hmm.
I live the game. I breathe the game.
Yep.
Basically.
Respect. We get the idea that all the S ranks were called for this mission for Jeju. What do you think that that looks like? Do you think that that's like a text, a phone call, email, message? Do you think that it's like a specific chain of communication with becoming an S rank?
I see. Maybe they have an app. I don't know. Maybe there's an app. I would just assume that they would be getting, their guilds would be getting phone calls probably, and then the guild kind of sends out a memo to their own S ranks, and it might be more like that, from like the chairman go to the guild master to the S ranks. But I wonder who else might join here. Obviously, I don't think Dongso. Maybe he will. I don't know. If he'd be getting a memo, he doesn't really work around here very often anymore. But when is Ilhwan gonna come back in the story?
I don't know. I have
Do
no
we
fucking
need
clue.
his help? Maybe that would be cool.
Imagine that it's like, oh, okay, Japan's ready to cause a distraction for the ants. Wait, why are the ants going
That
east
way.
instead of west? And then it's just Ilwan like rising out of the ocean.
He's like riding like a dolphin or like a killer whale or something, you know, and like rising from the. He's like Aquaman.
You're very creative today. Do you have anything else?
No.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, subscribe. We hope to see you next time.